All right, you want to take Kira?
Yeah, Kira from Apex. Look, she says, I'm in my 40s. We hear this a lot, by the way, and I've continued to struggle with the same 15 pounds, gaining and losing since my 20s. It's like my body wants to be the higher weight. How can I combat this? Well, you are the rule and not the exception. Your body has set points, and it's trying to take you to those set points. So it's a biological thing.
Yeah.
And you got to work hard. The bad news is you got to work hard.
Yeah.
Okay. You can't, there's no, there's no days off when it comes to this stuff. You got to pay attention to exactly, it comes down to the things that we teach here. Okay. So, there's got to be some behavioral change. You can't have your cake and eat it too. It's just not the way it works. It's tough. This is part of life. If you could just eat what you wanted, we'd all be good, right? Okay. Eat and drink, we'd all be good, but you can't. Okay. So it's got to be a commitment to behavioral change. 2, you got to have a nutrition plan. 3, you got to have a physical activity plan. And 4, if you need medication, we got it. And you need that. So if you're going to lose that 15 pounds and keep it off, the finish line is in fact the grave. And you will work the entire time, just like you have to monitor your checking account. You can't just go writing checks, flippantly, or you'll bounce them. Okay. So even people with a lot of money in their accounts still have an idea of what that amount is. And they don't go down and buy a $10 million yacht, for example, and say, I like that one, I'll just write you a check. No, they're not going to do that without a lot of calculation first. Okay. And if you don't have much money, you're certainly not going to go down and spend a ton of money at one time. You're going to think that through. And this is the mindset you're always going to have about food. This is a calculation, right? Your intake is a calculation. And this is something you got to be on the ball about. And you can't just be on the ball for 3 months to get ready for someone's wedding. Okay. And get the pictures and all that, or for the summertime and the bathing suit. No, this is a lifetime job. You live in the United States. If you were living, for example, in a remote part of the Philippines, and you were a missionary there, you would be worried about where to find food. Okay. Here, there is an abundance of food and a lot of the wrong kind of food.
Overabundance.
Yes. And so it's an obesogenic environment, and you cannot turn your back on this stuff. You've got to be aggressive about it. So that 15 is always going to be hard, and you're going to have to condition yourself for the long run to address that through those 4 modalities I talked about.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.